Joining me now to discuss is the mayor of Yuma, Arizona, Douglas Nicholls. Mayor Nicholls, thank you very much for joining us today. It's great to have you on. What a story we've had this week with this. President Trump is making good so far on his promise to deport migrants here illegally, but with the recent deportation flights, it's unclear if everyone on that flight were in fact gang members, according to many reports. Are you concerned the administration isn't following due process? How do you see it?
Well, I think due process is extremely important, but we also need to not downplay these terrorist organizations, these gangs that are coming into our country, because that is how the cartels do their work here. They bring people across, they bring drugs across, and all that is money based, which is what these gang members are focused on. And it's a threat to our country. It's a threat to our communities. And so I don't think we need to be shy in addressing how we take care of those that are coming across that are gang members.
The Department of Homeland Security cut 3 offices responsible for oversight on immigration. Now, those offices include civil rights, overseeing immigration detention, and legal immigration policies. A spokesperson for DHS says this move was to, quote, streamline oversight to remove roadblocks to enforcement. So when you take a look at those words, does that concern you at all?
It really doesn't, because I think we've gone so far the other direction. In the last 4 years, we've had people that are now in this country for 3 to 5 years waiting process. Well, those processes are kind of strung out by those organizations that were cut. And so I think this is just helping truly to refine the process so people can get through the actual vetting process quicker. And instead of being in the country for years, establishing lives, and then we end up with a similar DACA kind of situation with those that have been released in the recent 4 years.
I want to ask you, as we're taking a look at these images, I want to ask you about the border crossings, because the numbers are down drastically compared to last year. We were just talking to the Congresswoman about this. Are you seeing a difference in your county? Tell us what's happening there.
So dramatic difference. If you look at the peak crossings in Yuma sector, we peaked at 1,500 people a day crossing in the Yuma sector. After President Biden did his order after waiting 3.5 years, the numbers went under 100. But since President Trump has been in office, we're under 10. We're about 7 people a day crossing through the whole 126 miles of the Yuma sector border.
With the crackdown on immigration, what has been the biggest change you've noticed in Yuma, if you could get specific for us?
It's specifically the volume. So our Border Patrol agents now do not have to worry about busing hundreds of people a day to the station and spending time in the office processing. They're actually out in the field being proactive. Their drug interdiction has really gone up. The numbers are dropping. The relationship with Mexico is actually improving because they're actually creating patrols along the border that mirror each side. So there's a lot more interaction going on, and our agents are able to be a lot more proactive. And it's really more comforting here in the community that we know that the 1,000 agents in our sector are able to do their job and to do it ahead of it and not in a reactionary mode.
Well, thank you very much for sharing that with all of us. Mayor of Yuma, Arizona, Douglas Nicholls, thank you very much.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.